developments so far as the elections are concerned. Yesterday, I will humbly plead that we mute our phones and we stop all manner of phone calls in the hall, because this is a very important engagement. Yesterday, we met you, this morning I should say, not yesterday, it was after 12, yes. And we gave you an update about results trickling in from various polling stations and some important constituencies that the NDC has flipped. Since then, very typical of our opponents, they've held a press conference during which they sought to peddle falsehood and throw dust into the eyes of the general public about the true results relative to this year's elections. And so we have called you here to, first of all, set the record straight relative to the issues they have raised about parliamentary results and whether or not they have parliamentary majority as we speak. Secondly, about whether or not they control the northern part of the country as they claim. Thirdly, whether or not they are leading in the presidential elections as they claim. These are issues that we need to set the record straight. And aside that, update you on more results that have come in that we have collated and how the global figure is looking like, both for parliamentary and presidential. So ladies and gentlemen of the media, I have the honor to invite to the podium our elections director, Honorable Elvis Efri-Ankra, to once again address us about these issues. He will first of all set the record straight relative to the claims the MPP have made in the last few hours about presidential and parliamentary election results, and also update you on new results that have come in, both in the parliamentary and also in the presidential election. So let's welcome Honorable Elvis Efri-Ankra to the podium.
Thank you very much, Sammy, and greetings to all comrades behind me, and thank you for your endurance. We have started and we'll finish together. So as Sammy said, since our last press briefing, our opponents have made some desperate attempts to throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. The first point we want to state clearly, emphatically, and unambiguously is that it is not true that the MPP has majority in Parliament. Currently, we are leading with 140 seats. 140 seats. Parliamentary seats. And I'm going to go into the details pretty soon. It is not true that the MPP is leading in the 3 northern regions. We won 14 out of 15 in Upper East region. We won 8 out of 11 constituencies in the northern region. We won in the Upper West region. In the northern region, we won 9 out of 18 constituencies. So let me just go into the details and then we'll see. In the Upper West region, we have 8 seats. In the Upper East region, we have 14 seats. In the Northeast, we have 2. In the Northern region, we have 9. In the Bono region, we have 6. In the Ahafo region, we have 2. In Bono East, we have 9. In the Western region, we have 9. In the Western North region, we have 7. In the Greater Accra region, we have 20. In the Central region, we have 13. In Oti region, we have 8. In the Volta region, we have 17. In the Savannah region, we have 4. In the Eastern region, we have 8. And in the Ashanti region, we have 4. That makes it 140 parliamentary majority. And there are still a few ones that are in contention. So we believe that this number is going to appreciate. Now, you need to understand, if you understand electoral politics, that wherever, except in a very few cases, a couple of cases, wherever the parliamentary candidate wins, the presidential candidate also wins. And more often than not, the presidential candidate gets more votes than the parliamentary candidate. So it is absurd for anybody in the face of these facts to say that in spite of the fact that we are leading in the parliamentary, we have won regions, constituencies that we've never won before. We have won swing regions, the key swing regions, Greater Accra, Central, the Western Enclave. We have won them and turned them around. Seats that we've never won before, as we said earlier. We have flipped around almost 38 seats. So how can anybody say that in the face of this, they are leading? Again, when it comes to the presidential, yes. Oh, the names of the constituencies. Okay, so good. So let me just go to the specific constituencies. Parliamentary seats won by the NDC in the Upper West region. 1, Wa East, Wa West, Wa Central, Nadoli Kalio, Sisala West, DBI, Laura, Jirapa. Parliamentary seats won in the Upper East region. Bolgatanga Central, Bolgatanga East, Boku Central, Bongo, Bilsa North, Bilsa South, China Paga, Garu, Nabdam, Tempani, Bongo Talensi, Zebila, and Pusiga. Constituencies NDC won in the Northeast. We won Bunkrugu and Nalerigu. There is contention over 1, but we'll jump that. When it's sorted, we'll come back to it. Parliamentary seats won by the NDC in the Northern region. Wulensi, Savelugu, Kumungu, Bandai, Saboba, Tamale South, Tamale Central, Tamale North, Sanarigu. Parliamentary seats won by the NDC in Bono, Banda, Doma West, Wenchi, German North, German South, Tyne. Constituencies NDC won in the Eastern region. Akwetia, Yilo Krobo, Upper Manya, Lower Manya, Esuo Jamain, Ayensuano, Afram Plains North, and Afram Plains South. Fantiakwa, there's some contention. We believe that by noon it will be resolved. Constituencies NDC won in Ahafo, Esutifi South, and Esunafo South. Constituencies NDC won in Bono East, Kintampo North, Nkranza South, Nkranza North, Sene East, Sene West, Pru East, Atebubu, Techiman North, and Techiman South. Constituencies NDC won in the Western North region. In the Western region first, Jomoro, Elembele, Evaledura, Pristia Huni Valley, Wasa East, Amenfi Central, Amenfi East, Amenfi West, and Takwa. Constituencies the NDC won in the Western North region. Sefiri also, I will win. Bia East, Bia West, Bodi, Joaboso, and Shamai. Now, the 21 parliamentary seats in Greater Accra won by the NDC, 20. Adan, Sege, Ningo Prampram, Bonkatamanso, Shayo Sudoku, Tema East, Ashiaman, Krowa, Lejokuku, Odododio, Klote Kole, Ladade Kotopon, Ayawaso East, Ayawaso North, Okankwe North, Madina, Adenta, Ablekuma Central, Ablekuma South, and Domiabra, Ubum. Seats won by the NDC in the Central region. Cape Coast North, Cape Coast South, Krifu Etimokwa, Gomwa East, Ewutu Senya West, Gomwa West, Ejumakon, Ekunfi, Asin North, Upper Dentra West, Agona East, and Commander Edina Eguafo Abrim. Constituencies NDC 1 in Savannah region, Bole, Yape Kusogu, Salaga South, and Sola Tuna Kalba. Seats the NDC 1 in the Ashanti region, Aswase, New Edubiase, Ejura, and Drobonso. And in Volta region, out of the 18, we lost just one, we won 17 constituencies. So the trajectory is clear. Indeed, based on our figures that we have, we are leading in the Greater Accra region, in the presidential, we're leading in the Western Enclave, we're leading in the Bono Enclave, and we are confident that by the time we compile the rest of the presidential candidates, we'll be in pole position to be the ones that will become the president. John Mahama will be the president of the Republic. And because we're already controlling Parliament. Now, we are aware of the tricks the MPP is playing to change results by ordering recounts of ballots at the collation center, which is illegal. If you want to recount, there's a process that you have to go through. The first recount, you must request for it at the polling station. When that is done, then you request, if you are not satisfied, you have to request for the second collation at the polling station. But that is done at the collation center. We've had situations where there were no recounts at all ab initio, and then they go to the collation center and they insist on recounts. And by the time those recounts start, then funny things happen. Ballot boxes are swapped. We've had situations where in Sefi, ballot box was swapped. Where so many others. So we see that as a strategy. That because they know they are losing, they use the recount, and then in the process, they do all kinds of things. That is why we're calling on people to be at the collation centers, to support our agents. Because sometimes you have only 2 or 3 agents there, and they come and mass up with their macho men, beat up our people. So we need the numbers there. There have been shootings at various collation centers. We need people to be there to ensure that people are not intimidated, bullied, or cheated, because it is very clear that we are on the trajectory of victory. So, again, we also have intelligence. And again, we have proven to you that anytime we say we have intelligence, when we told you that we have intelligence about ballot papers, people doubted it. Yesterday, you saw many people were arrested live. We have intelligence that because they know that they are losing, they've dispatched a team to Ashanti region to go and see if they can manipulate the results. Well, we are watching them with eagle eyes, and our people in Ashanti region should rise up and ensure that nothing untoward happened. You recall previous elections, 2008 or so, where very funny things started happening from the Ashanti region. Well, we have our figures, we are monitoring, and we shall ensure that nobody will steal the mandates of the people. And it's important that you take note of the various heavyweights of the MPP that are falling. You know, Elizabeth Afolikwe, Minister for Fisheries, gone down. Titus Glover, Deputy Minister for Transportation, gone down. Bernardo Koboy, Deputy Minister of Health, gone down. Boniface Abubakar Sidi, Minister for something, I don't remember, gone down. Presidency or Vice Presidency, I don't know which is which. Yabuabe and someone. So it's very clear that indeed defeat is staring them in the face. Now, we also have concerns about the EC themselves, the way they are conducting themselves in this exercise. As we sit here now, we have a team that has been at the EC's collation center since yesterday, the strong room. As we speak, and I'm speaking with authority, not even one result has gone to the collation center. True or false? Not one. So they are there, they are waiting. And then they claim they will declare the results in 24 hours. How are you going to declare? It has to go through a process. Even more seriously, Greater Accra and in some regions, they declare results. Our people are at the regional office of the EC now. Not one result, not one. You can go and check. So how are they declaring the results? Because all the results must come to the regional office for it to be collated. What is going on? We need to know. We need to know what is going on, because those results must come to the regional center. They must authenticate, verify, before they will be released. How come that results are being released? Not one has gone to the regional office. So we are very, very concerned about that, and they need to take action on that and do the right thing. There's a process. You can't just get up and say they should send you results from polling stations or constituencies. It doesn't work like that. You yourself said you're going to do manual collation. So you need to go through that process from the polling station to the constituency, and then from the constituency to the region, from the region to the national. Then our people in the strong room can also authenticate before you can come out and tell us anything. So we believe that the right thing has to be done. Again, just a while ago, we got information that in Lejokuku, a seat that they won, they lost, sorry. Somebody came there with a pink sheet, fresh pink sheets, and he's been arrested and detained by the police. So you see, these are things that they do. So all kinds of manipulations. We finished the results, certified results have been declared. What are you doing with the pink sheet? So they will come and say they want recount. Before you realize, then they'll swap. So we are very, very vigilant. Our people should continue to be vigilant, and they should not allow all these shenanigans to go on. As I said, we've collated the results, the presidential. What will interest you is that in Ashanti region, for instance, out of 37 constituencies, out of 47 constituencies, we've collected 37. And so far, John Dramani Mahama is doing over 30%. Now, over 30% in Ashanti, that's unprecedented. It's huge. And with over 80% of the constituencies collated in Greater Accra region, JDM has over 56%. So by the time the rest comes, we'll see. We have collected over 80% of votes in the Bono and Western Enclave, all those areas. And in all these areas, it is very obvious that our presidential candidate is in pole position to claim a first round victory in this year's election. As we go along, we'll be giving you more details. We are very responsible people, so we want to ensure that by the time we give you specific details, we know what we're about. We know that it's the EC that has to declare the election, but it's also within our right to update our people about what we have done so far. So you'll be hearing from us in the next few hours. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I will try and do a quick summary of this very important presentation in the Twi language because of the Akan stations here, because we want everybody watching television and every Ghanaian to have an understanding of the issues we are talking about. And to say the elections director Akano. Please, Mayor, can we have some order in the auditorium, please? To say the elections director Akano. MPP for after your press briefing, na your bomb man near a CISA NDC arena. Most of friends.